In case you didn't notice, the biggest move in the nearly 3-decade history of Major League Soccer just went down, with Toronto FC signing Italian footballer Lorenzo Insigne to a 4-year deal. If you're not a soccer fan, let me set the stage for you. Imagine an NBA star like Damian Lillard. Not necessarily a top tier superstar, but a recognizable star nonetheless. Still in his prime, even if it is the tail end of that prime, leaving a place he's called home for a decade to go secure the bag in Europe or China. That's basically what happened when Insigne, a decorated Serie A superstar, agreed to join TFC thanks to a godfather offer from the Canadian club.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
So what's the background here? Why is Insigne's move the biggest in MLS history? And what else do you need to know about his stunning departure from Napoli? We're gonna break it all down for you. So sit back, relax, and take this in. Before we get back to Insigne's move, I want to remind everyone watching that we're creeping closer to 100,000 subscribers, and we want you to help us get there. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and tell your friends to do the same. Major League Soccer's relevance within the North American sports landscape and its respectability in world football have slowly increased since its inaugural season 26 years ago. But it's still not close to competing with more mainstream North American leagues, or obviously with the best soccer leagues in Europe. Famous international imports have helped boost the league's reputation over the years, but MLS has never seen a player like Insigne. The most famous deal in MLS history saw David Beckham move from Real Madrid to LA Galaxy in 2007. But that bombshell was more about what Beckham, then 32, could do for the league from a marketing and exposure standpoint than it was about what he could still do on the pitch. He was also a year removed from what would prove to be his last appearance at a major international tournament. Ageless wonder Zlatan Ibrahimovic dominated in his 2 seasons with the Galaxy and has since returned to scoring goals in Europe for AC Milan, but he was already 36 years old when he got to MLS. Meanwhile, 33-year-old Thierry Henry was coming off a 4-goal season with Barcelona when he arrived in New York in 2010. Wayne Rooney, Andrea Pirlo, Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, Kaká, you name it. They were all obviously past their primes when they headed to North America to collect some late career paychecks. But none of them ever made more than $7 million per year in an MLS season, though Beckham's deal did come with an option to purchase a future expansion team at a discount. Insigne, on the other hand, will reportedly earn $15 million per season. That's more than most MLS teams' entire club payrolls.
That's a lot.
If you're wondering why, it's because the 5'4" Italian is still an absolute game changer. Though at 30 years old, he's no longer squarely in his prime and only has a handful of tallies so far this season, Insigne did score a career-high 19 goals in Serie A last year. He's also only months removed from playing a starring role in Italy's run to a Euro title, scoring 2 goals in the tournament, including a dazzling run and finish in the quarterfinals against top-ranked Belgium that placed second in UEFA's Goals of the Year list. And he figures to play a key role in Italy's bid to get back to the World Cup later this year. Given his value on the field and his significance to the community, it was always going to take a pretty penny to pry Insigne away from Naples. The guy has been tied to his hometown club since Napoli signed him at age 15, and he's now played 10 consecutive Serie A seasons for them, where he captains the club currently sitting 3rd place in Italy. So what might a player of Insigne's caliber be capable of in MLS for the next 4 years? Well, fellow countryman Sebastian Giovinco couldn't get off Juventus' bench when he joined TFC in 2015, and he demolished MLS competition for 4 years, en route to 63 goals, an MVP award, and an MLS Cup. In other words, the sky's the limit for Insigne, and his impact could genuinely transform Toronto FC while invigorating MLS as a whole. Simply put, and with all due respect to the footballing legends who have passed through the league at some point, no one as good as Insigne currently is, or with as many options to still compete at the highest level in Europe, has ever set foot on an MLS pitch. Few thought it was possible a player like Insigne would even consider such a move while still in his prime. Someone had to eventually be the first. MLS is hoping Insigne won't be the last.